the Bishops Ulama Conference Journey. Dialogue and Peace, the BUC Journey. This is produced by the World Vision Development Foundation. So the publication of this book was made possible by the BUC, World Vision Development Foundation, and the European Union. Its contents are the sole responsibility of the Bishops Ulama Conference and World Vision Development Foundation and do not necessarily reflect the views of the European Union. Copyright 2023. So last year lang eh. So, magbas-basar ako diri, ako na lang pong i-record. So, kinsay gusto mo uban sa pagbasa. Kumusta ang audio? Okay ang audio. So, this book reflects the shared experiences of peace for the imams, priests, pastors, youth, academic, media, peace officers, and advocates who walk the talk and celebrate peace from the heart each and every day. The printing of this book, in addition to giving the Bishops Ulama Conference this long-awaited and well-deserved recognition, is a testament to World Vision Development Foundation's belief that only through an environment of peace will children experience the love of God. We thank the Bishops Ulama Conference, BUC, conveners for their unwavering commitment to peace through interreligious dialogue. The late Governor, Dr. Mahid M. Mutilan, PhD of the Ulama League of the Philippines, Bishop Hilario Gomez Jr., PhD of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines, and Archbishop Emeritus Fernando R. Capalla, DD of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines. Finally, the faithful Muslims, Christians, and Lumads who journeyed with the BUC will dedicate this experience to our common origin and destiny. So contents, we have dedication, forward, introduction, BUC in retrospect, the pillars, peace in the eyes of faith, message, a beautiful legacy for the youth, youth in dialogue, sowing seeds of peace. BUC learns lessons on its journey to peace. Conclusion, Mindanao Week of Peace celebration. Forward, given by Romel V. Fuerte, Executive Director, World Vision Development Foundation, Incorporated. For more than 65 years in the Philippines, World Vision has been working alongside partners to minister to the most vulnerable children through various programs and advocacies that improve and sustain child well-being. We envision for every child to live life in all its fullness within transformed families and communities characterized by hope, joy, justice, and peace as God intended. As a result of our continuous engagement in providing support to peace-building efforts and initiatives of various faith leaders, World Vision was recognized as an affiliated member of the Bishops Ulama Conference in 2017. We deem it a humbling opportunity to be able to contribute in sharing the rich history and milestones of the Bishops Ulama Conference through this book, which highlights the significant role of faith leaders in building a just and lasting peace in Mindanao. World Vision expresses its gratitude to the founders of Bishop Ulama Conference, the late Governor Mahid Mutilan, the late United Church of Christ in the Philippines, and also Bishop Emeritus Hilario Gomez. The late United Church of Christ in the Philippines, Bishop Emeritus Hilario Gomez, and to the late Archbishop Emeritus Fernando R. Capalla, who amidst challenges we're able to pursue and influence people of different faiths to dream and have hope for lasting peace. May the readers find themselves inspired to become catalysts of solidarity and agents of lasting peace for all children. So, introduction is given by Archbishop Fernando R. Capalla. This book, Dialogue and Peace, the BUC Journey, is a thank you note for the relationships that the Bishops' Ulama Conference has fostered over the years among people, the Muslim and Christian communities, religious authorities, peacemakers, and peace partners. In order to motivate future generations, especially Mindanao's youth and children, we seek to highlight the successes and lessons learned by tri-people church leaders. The BUC recognized the World Vision Development Foundation, WVDF, as an affiliate member during its assembly in Davao City in 2017, highlighting its dedication to working with numerous faith-based people and organizations to give children the chance to experience God's love and to live in a safe and nurturing environment. In earlier years of WVDF's partnership with various religious sectors in Marawi and Cotabato, BUC projects have been highlighted. There are a number of different accounts of how BUC helped the present Peace Pact succeed. This motivates us to compile the key takeaways from those encounters and impart them to the upcoming generations of peacemakers. As Pope John Paul II emphasized that the peace of the heart is the heart of peace. Archbishop Fernando R. Capalla, BUC co-founder and co-convener. May you rest in peace, Bishop. No, he just passed away early this year in January. BUC in retrospect. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:28 to 31. So BUC in retrospect. The Philippines has a Muslim minority coexisting with a Christian majority, whereas several regions of Southeast Asia have had a majority of Muslims coexisting with a minority of Christians. It is a hugely significant feature of a diverse region where dialogue among religious traditions is perhaps the only feasible and long-term way to protect religious minorities' rights and bring about genuine peace and development. As a joint venture between Catholic bishops and ulama, the Bishops' Ulama Conference in the Philippines is a pioneering experience. The plural for alim, or the Muslim equivalent of theologians, is ulama. Alim is a religious academic. The ulamas are the bishops' closest counterparts in terms of moral authority over their respective religious communities, because Muslims do not have a hierarchy akin to that of the Catholic Church. There is a widespread notion that Muslim and Christian Filipinos claim to belong to two separate ethnic groups with distinct cultures. However, the truth is different because the inhabitants of what is now known as the Republic of the Philippines shared a common culture before Islam arrived in the Philippines in 1380 and before the arrival of Christianity in 1521. Their shared language demonstrates their familial ties. They saw rituals comparable to the blood compact and betel nut eating. The Filipino Muslims established folk Islam at the same time as Filipino Christians did. These similarities gradually ceased to exist over time, and the enmity between Muslims and Christians was repeatedly blamed on historical events. The 3 centuries of moral conflicts that occurred in the nation while it was under Spanish authority have fueled the animosity. Then the American conquerors arrived, inviting Christians to live in Mindanao. Eventually, they began to intrude on the Moro people's traditional territories. The Jabida massacre on March 18, 1968, the execution of Moro army recruits and martial law under Ferdinand Marcos Sr. raised the consciousness of the Moro people and sparked the formation of armed Moro liberation fronts like the Moro National Liberation Front and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front in 1972 and 1984, respectively. Earlier interreligious dialogue attempts began in the 1970s and 1980s with Protestant and Catholic religious leaders and their Muslim counterparts in Marawi, Cotabato, and Jolo. The National Unification Commission, convened by religious leaders in 1992-1993, provided a forum for analyzing the core causes of conflict in Mindanao. When the Catholic bishops of Mindanao and the Olama League of the Philippines first met on July 16, 1996, at the Ateneo de Manila University, they discussed the possibilities for peace as well as similar challenges that both the Muslim and Christian populations confront. This was the beginning of the BUC. As a result, the first dialogue took place on November 29, 1996, in Cebu City, with the participation of 24 Mindanao Ulama and 18 of the region's 21 Catholic bishops. After that, the Protestant bishops joined the Bishops' Ulama Forum during its formative years. They held that the Bishops' Ulama Forum, who would inspire Muslims and Christians with high moral standards, were the only people who could help the peace deal be implemented successfully. The Bishops' Ulama Conference, or BUC, became official on January 8 to 10, 2003, at the 20th Conference of the BUF. This decision was made by the tripartite leadership in response to suggestions from the Philippine government and the Moro National Liberation Front, whose networks of churches, mosques, schools, and other socio-cultural institutions were the largest and most widespread in the regions of Mindanao. The BUC has brought together religious leaders from the Muslim and Christian communities throughout Mindanao, the second largest island in the Philippines since its inception. The BUC is of 18 Protestant bishops and pastors who are members of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines, NCCP, 26 ulama and ustads of the Ulama League of the Philippines, ULP, and 24 Catholic bishops who are also members of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, CBCP. The bishops of the Philippine Conference of Evangelical Churches, PCEC, and the officers of Panagtagbo, a confederation of the 18 indigenous peoples of Mindanao, are the official observers. The conference is organized by Archbishop Fernando R. Capalla, former chair of the Bishops' Conference's Episcopal Commission on Interreligious Dialogue, together with Dr. Mahid Mutilan, former president of the Ulama League of the Philippines, ULP, and former vice governor of the Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, and Bishop Hilario M. Gomez Jr. of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines, NCCP. The BUC has focused on the spiritual underpinnings of peace from both Muslim and Christian theological traditions, which are founded on the conviction that there is only one God, that all people share a common ancestry, and that all share a common destiny. The bishops and the ulama concentrate on the missing component in many failed peace efforts, an affirmation of the convergent spiritual and cultural basis for peace, while the government and warring factions strive for a genuine, comprehensive, and lasting peace through political treaties and socio-economic advancement. So, that's the beginnings. Diri sa Takotog.